Today, we are wrapping up our central British Columbia overlanding journey, where, the last 2 days, we were hunting for glaciers on some of the hardest trails I've explored yet in the Forester. Although, today is going to be more of a step back, as we explore a more timid section of the valley before hitting the highway and heading home. Well, it isn't going to be the most hardcore off-roading experience. We will still explore some amazing places and are rewarded with another epic view. So, let's get into it. What is up, and welcome back to day 3 of our British Columbia overlanding journey. If you're wondering where the first 2 days came from, you should probably go back and watch those videos because you would be probably pretty familiar with the site by now. So this is where we woke up once again. Now we're actually gonna go explore some new different areas because we've kind of exhausted the area here. So we're gonna go do a little more exploration today and see what we can find. But as you can see, the Forester's always doing good. The Forester's been performing amazing. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that, well, you should have seen what we were doing last video, so go check that out. But we've just finished breakfast and now we're gonna go ahead, fold up the tent and get the Forester ready to hit the trails. So we'll see you on the trail. The first order of business was getting the Forester ready for the fast Forest Service roads. So after the tent was put away, it was time to air up the tires from the days before. And with that done, it was time to make some miles. Back on the road, we headed the opposite way in which we went the last few days and out of the valley, where our surroundings once again changed. Although, this time, the vegetation thinned out and we were left with an almost Badlands-like climate, trading the dirt for sand. And well, we're back on our friends, the Forest Service road, so we're heading back up a completely different kind of mountain range. We were way back there in the valley, and now we're kind of going up towards the kind of grassy area. As you can tell, our terrain has completely changed. Literally 20 minutes of driving has made it change this much, which is really cool to be in this kind of environment where you can kind of go through these different kind of climates really quickly and through a short amount of time. But essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down this Forest Service road for a bit, see what we can find. Austin says there's kind of a cool little lookout we're gonna go to try and find. So that's kind of what we're doing. So really there's not a huge plan besides go find the thing in the mountains. So that's what we're doing. I don't know what we'll find and if we'll get a good view or not, but hopefully we do, and let's continue on. As we continued to gain altitude, we turned off the main road and onto one of the smaller local logging roads, where the surface changed to gravel and the trail narrowed. Like every logging road, our speed was hindered by the cross ditches that lay on the trail. And just as soon as the trees became more dense, they disappeared as we entered the cut. Here, we could actually see what laid ahead of us, which, just being switchback after switchback, was much more timid than the trails we've been familiar with in the last couple days. So here we climbed. Around switchback after switchback, till the final clearing appeared and our paths disappeared. And we've made it to the top. Time to cook some lunch, but with a pretty epic view. Look at that behind me. And as you saw, it was quite a bit of just switchbacks back and forth kind of coming up this mountain, but it was definitely worth it because we can see pretty much all the way down to where we were the last couple nights, and we can actually see down this way. We can see over into the next valley where the larches are starting to turn yellow, so it's a pretty epic view to have lunch. But yeah, this is the top. Obviously, well, the trail doesn't go any farther, so we can't go any farther. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some lunch and then head back down. But yeah, that is a pretty awesome view. Now, going back down the relatively smooth road, we caught some speed. Well, until the cross ditches appeared, which I hit with some speed more than once, causing the rear tires to rub and fold back some metal. Nothing a little trailside hammering couldn't fix. With that, and Austin's control arm tightened up, we hit the Forest Service Road and pointed back towards the highway. After being on rough trails for the last couple of days, the road and its washboards felt like clouds. But it wasn't long before we actually got on the highway and felt what real paved roads felt like, where we pointed for home. And well, you can see we're back on the asphalt, back on the highway, heading home. Even though it wasn't as technical or as long as our glacier runs we did the last couple of days, it was still a really nice drive up that forestry road, and it got a great view of kind of like the overarching area that we've spent the last couple of days in. So we made it down off the forestry road, got some fuel, and then hit the highway, and we're heading back towards Alberta now, heading east. So we've got a few hour drive, so what we're gonna do is just enjoy it. It's a nice evening, the road's not too busy, and it's always a really nice drive through anywhere in BC. So yeah, just gonna enjoy it for a bit, and then eventually we're gonna get home, and then it's time to unpack the Forester from the trip. Now, back on the highway, we can make good time, going back through the mountains and hitting the prairies, and eventually home as the sun was setting. And well, there we go. We made it home with the Forester, and that's the end of our BC overlanding trip for this series. But there's going to be definitely plenty more, because I'm already planning some stuff. Me and Austin were talking about some trips we want to do in the future, so look out for that. But with that being said, that's going to be we'll probably have some more adventures here and there in the fall, but nothing as big as that till probably the winter. So we'll have some mods on the Forester. I already got some stuff going on in my mind of things I want to do. I've actually got some parts sitting right off camera ready to be put on the Forester, so look out for that. And just before we end this, I'd like to say a thank you to everyone watching these videos and everyone supporting Flat 4 Off-Road. That's the reason we are able to do these trips and go on these adventures, because you guys are supporting Flat 4 Off-Road and the vision me and Austin have with getting more people in the outdoors. And if you don't know what that is, definitely go check the video out up there. I'm probably pointing the wrong side, but check it out there. It's mine and Austin's off-road parts company that's really working with Subarus and other crossovers and unique vehicles to kind of get people out in the outdoors easier. But that's going to be it for this video and this journey, so I hope you enjoyed that trip as much as I did in my Subaru Forester. And until next time, peace out and stay humble.